How's it going, guys? It's Marcus. Boys, this is just too much for me, man. I'm still coming off of Wanted Promo 2, and now we get a promo for the premiere of Star vs. the Forces of Evil Season 3. Not to mention, it's going to be a 2-hour movie special called Battle for MEWNI. 2 hours! There has been too much happening this month, man. It's insane. May actually might be my favorite month of the year now, real talk. So, apparently, this movie is airing on July 15th, which isn't that far away, to be honest. It's around the same time last year when Season 2 aired its first episode. Season 2's first episode dropped on July 11th, I believe, so it's only a 4-day difference from Season 3. But, let's get into this promo, though. So I'm going to go over the narration part of this promo first. So, during the entire promo, a girl with a British accent seems to be reciting a spell saying, "I call the darkness unto me. From deepest depths of earth and sea to blackest night, I pledge my soul and crush my heart to summon forth the deadly power to see my hated foe devoured." Then we hear Toffee say, "Have you learned nothing?" So, I think most people can agree after watching this promo that this is Moon who is talking and she's casting the darkest spell on Toffee to blast off his finger. So we might finally see the battle these two had in flashback form during this movie, which is, you know, absolutely amazing, of course. Ever since the episode Into the Wand revealed Moon and Toffee fought in the past, I've wanted to watch that fight in flashback, and it looks like that's finally going to be happening. I'm so excited. And I have the clips in this promo. So first off, we have a giant monster foot stomping on the ground, probably through the lands of MEWNI. At first, I thought this was Buffrog, but that's not the case because this monster doesn't have webbed feet and Buffrog does. Therefore, I think it's either Ludo or Toffee that used a spell on himself to grow super size to aid himself in destroying MEWNI, or it could be a monster we haven't seen yet. I guess we'll see. Then we briefly see Star's wand glowing, and then it cuts to the other half of the star in Toffee's hand glowing. And to me, it looks his hand looks really wrinkly and worn out. If you can see, it doesn't look normal. This could be towards the end of the fight Star and Toffee are having, and Star is using a spell that is able to activate both halves of the wand at the same time, you know, to kill Toffee. You know, even though the halves aren't together anymore. Or Star and Toffee could be using the same offensive spell on each other to see, you know, who's stronger and just be using it at the exact same time. Okay, this little clip right here, though, confuses the fuck out of me. We see Ludo with the spider, eagle, and his rat army, and it seems like he's using the wand hand to control the rat's movement, but that could just be convenient timing, and he could be using the wand hand to send out a blast of energy. But look at Ludo's eyes, though. They're back to normal, and he still has Toffee's wand hand. It's so weird, because every time Toffee has taken over Ludo's body, his eyes were completely green and had no pupils. But in this shot, Ludo has normal eyes, but he also has Toffee's flesh over his hand still. I don't know, man. Maybe Toffee gave Ludo brief control in the scene for shits and giggles. I don't know how else he could still have Toffee's flesh over his hand, but his eyes are normal as if Toffee isn't controlling his mind. Then we see the top of Moon's wand getting covered with some kind of blackish purple ooze. I think as she's getting closer and closer to finishing the darkest spell chant, the more black spreads, maybe? Also, I want to clarify that I believe this darkest spell she's using on Toffee is from Eclipse's section of the spellbook. Right here we see Ludo / Toffee standing in front of a giant explosion in the ground with MEWNI Castle in the background. Can't tell which one of them is in control though because the camera angle is from the back, so we only see the back of, you know, Ludo's body. But the way Ludo / Toffee is standing so close to the explosion, it seems like he caused it and it was intentional. Not really sure of the significance of this explosion though. This clip we see Moon locking hands with who I assume to be Eclipse. You can see the person she's locking hands with has a purple hand or sleeve all the way up to, you know, the forearm bicep area. And if you remember Eclipse's painting, she's wearing long purple gloves on her forearm as well. So I guess this dark spell is so powerful that Moon needed Eclipse's help firsthand. I get it because they're shaking hands. But this could just be Eclipse's spirit if she got locked in the crystal by Romulus already. But Eclipse could have also been alive and breathing out in the open, you know, during the Toffee and Moon battle that happened in the past. She's a very, very powerful magic user, so she could have used a spell on herself to become immortal or not age. Assuming humans have around the same lifespan as humans, Eclipse wouldn't be able to be alive at the same time as Moon by any normal means, since Eclipse is her great ×8 grandmother. The promo ends with purple strands coming from Eclipse's arm, moving over to Moon and wrapping around her arm, giving her, you know, probably dark powers for the darkest spell usage. This movie, man, might be the most intense thing Disney XD has done since Gravity Falls and Weirdmageddon. I cannot wait. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're hyped. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Take care. Bye-bye.